In November of 2000, messages from an individual claiming to be a time traveler started appearing on web forums. The messages abruptly stopped in March of 2001. To this day, we still don't know who this individual was or whether their story was true. This is the story of John Titor. And I'm Sydney.
And I'm Sarah. Welcome to Let's Be Briefed.
And I already said this is the story of John Titor, so let's just get right into it. In November of 2000, a military insignia started appearing on the Time Travel Institute's web forum by a user going by capital T time, capital T travel _0. These posts discussed time travel and answered questions about how time machines worked. And I do have a picture for you. It's like the insignia. It's supposed to be the U.S. military's insignia in the year 2036. It's like this circle with a bunch of other circles. It's some line work. I don't know. I've never seen that. I would think if they were going to use that, they would have started by now, right?
Well, it says 2036. It's only 2023.
I
They
guess.
still have 13 more years to adopt this symbol.
That's true.
Okay, my question is, I feel like a lot of people know about this, maybe, but like, it's out here saying this is the symbol. Couldn't someone just be like, yeah, let's make that the symbol? Like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes, and I've also heard that because he posted this, the timelines might have shifted. Do you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Because he said that, now it won't come true. And a lot of, like, the stuff that's he does reveal is, like, they say that, like, it wouldn't come true because of his warnings, but...
Oh. Yeah, if someone actually did something about it, too, and then it changes and it never happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But in January of 2001, this same user started posting on the Art Bell BBS forum using the name John... I always say Titor.
I always say Titor too, right? Or do I say Titor? Titor. I think it's Titor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was claiming to be an American soldier from 2036 based in Tampa, Florida. He was supposedly assigned to a governmental time travel project and was sent back to 1975 to retrieve an IBM 5100 computer, which he said was needed to debug various legacy computer programs in 2036. This could have been a reference to the Unix year 2038 problem, which I probably could have looked up what that was, but I don't know.
Isn't that when supposedly the time on all the computers resets or whatever and everything?
I thought that was Y2K.
No, but okay, can we click on this link?
Probably. No. I probably still have it pulled up. Let's look. Okay. It says the problem exists in systems which measure Unix time, the number of seconds elapsed since the Unix epoch 00000 UTC on January 1st, 1970, and is stored it in a 32-bit integer. The data type is only capable of representing integers between -2 and 2, meaning that the latest time that can be properly encoded is 2.
2 to the 31st.
Oh.
2 to the 31st power minus 1 is what it says.
Oh. And that would be January 19th, 2038. Okay.
Yeah, like it can't... Well, it does say it's similar to the Y2K Pro.
Okay, so it's like basically the system... Why would they... That is such a short-lived system. They're dumb. But...
Well, in 1970, they thought... Yeah, they didn't even give it 100 years.
Who doesn't understand any of this. Also, I think 32-bit was all that...
Yeah.
existed then. They didn't have 64.
That's true.
I don't know what we're on now, but
That's true. So they just did what they could, and they're like, oh, in the future we'll be able to do better.
yeah.
But supposedly if it doesn't get fixed, then everything crashes again, like Y2K.
That is not that far away.
Right.
Because that one I feel like actually could happen.
Yeah.
Unless they patch it.
Right, but okay. They could just change it to 64-bit, right? Upgrade? I don't know how it works.
Yeah, they could just upgrade. I mean, we don't know. I mean, I feel like this could be one of those, oh yeah, just upgrade, and you're like, dude, it's not that easy. If everything's been built off the same thing forever, they'd have to come out with like a whole new...
But they know this is a problem.
Right, so they should have already fixed it.
That's true.
They probably have already fixed it. That was in 2000, I'm sure. Like,
yeah.
No one's overlooking this. Maybe they are. That would not surprise me at all if we get to, like, 3 days before and everyone's like, oh, wait a second.
Well,
everything's a known problem. No one ever fixes anything.
That's true. There'll be some hacker or something that'll change it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, the IBM 5100 runs the APL and BASIC programming languages. If you know what that means, you know what that means, but I don't know what that means. So, I think it's just that that one ran it and then they moved on from that afterwards, and that's the last one that had it or something.
Oh. Yeah, I don't really know.
A source named BD, who his name is, he keeps that a secret because I think his name was mentioned in an article in the past and it like wrecked his whole career because he talked about this.
Oh.
But he said that the unique feature of the IBM 5100 is that like it had a secret function, and it was and BD helped create it. He said that it had an interface between the assembly code surrounding the computer's ROM exterior and the 360 emulator hidden beneath it. I wish I knew what that meant, but apparently, like, that was a feature that was unique to this computer and, like, revolutionary for its time. BD believed that John Titor could have been like one of the founding members of the team of the team that created this computer in the 70s. But he said that the info was derived from information available on the internet. No member of that 5100 team would use the phrase legacy code. Like, it's probably just some nerd who, people who like are outside of something, but they want to be inside of it.
Right, yeah.
So they try to sound like they're involved, but they're not. And, like, right away when someone's not.
Right.
Doesn't know.
Yeah.
So they think that he might have been that. But Titor said that he had been selected for this mission specifically, given that his paternal grandfather was directly involved with the assembly and programming of the 5100 computer. In support of this, he described an unpublicized feature of the 5100, leading to assumptions that a computer scientist was behind the postings. Titor claimed to be on a stopover in the year 2000 for personal reasons, to collect pictures that were lost in the future Civil War, and to visit his family, of whom he spoke often. So, right off the bat here, I feel like maybe this guy's grandpa really did work on this computer and he heard him talk about it and was like trying to make it a bigger deal.
Yeah.
Like, he must have, I wouldn't be surprised if this was like partially true. And then he would have known some things.
Right. Yeah, if he knew something. Yeah. Yeah, people also like create story. Like, it just takes a little bit that you maybe are an insider of, and you're like, yeah, I had to go back for this or whatever, and then it adds a little bit, yeah.
Right.
Then you just make up other stuff.
Yeah. And Titor also said he had been for a few months trying to alert anyone that would listen of the threat of Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, which I believe is mad cow disease, or like it's one of those, like, it's from meat and you literally just like die. I think you get like Alzheimer's and then you're dead within like a month. I've seen TikToks about it. Like,
Oh, wow.
it happens to people.
Yeah.
But it spread through beef products. He also said that there was the possibility of a civil war within the United States, which I guess I could see happening.
Yeah, I could see now. Did he say the when?
He does give details when. We'll get to that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Titor also expressed an interest in in mysteries such as UFOs, which he claimed remained unexplained in his time. And suggested that UFOs and extraterrestrials might be time travelers from much further into the future than his own timeline, with superior time machines. I mean, that's a thought.
I've thought that too. That they're just us, but
Right?
way future, so they just look like evolved or whatever, different.
Right? I could see that happening.
Yeah. So Roswell's not going to be explained by 2036 is what I'm getting.
Not according to him.
Right, yeah. We'll see, yeah.
And he would like often invoke the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, whereby events in his timeline may differ from our own, and also expressed assurance that the differences were minimal. So that pretty much is like a fail-safe for when things didn't work out the way he wanted to.
Right.
He'd just say, well, our timelines are slightly different.
Yeah, that's...
But it could be, I mean, we don't know how it works, so...
Yeah, it could be true. If time travel
Yeah.
does exist, then that could be how it works.
Yeah. So, one of the most immediate of his predictions were an upcoming civil war in the United States having to do with order and rights, which he described as beginning in 2005 with civil unrest surrounding the presidential election of that year. The civil conflict that he characterized as having a Waco type event every month that steadily gets worse would pretty much be at everyone's doorsteps and erupt by 2008. Okay, but I just want to say that that's like kind of happening now.
Yeah, that's definitely happening now, especially about like your rights.
Yeah, and the presidential election.
Yeah, kicked it off.
And all these QAnon people and school shootings, I feel like, really started happening around that time. And like...
Yeah, it's just gotten worse and worse.
Right.
Yeah.
So maybe he was off by a few years. Because Obama, I feel like a lot of people did like him, but then Trump came in and messed everything up. Plus, the Obama administration was extremely bad for our like online privacy rights. But people didn't seem to care.
People don't care now either.
I know. It's scary. I care.
Right. Yeah, I definitely care. But yeah, I definitely can see this happening now. But I guess did it start in 2005? I don't know. I guess that's determined by history.
Right. But... Well, but this was all pre 9/11 too.
Yeah.
It wasn't a civil war, but like there was a lot of division with...
That's true.
9/11 also.
Yeah. But is this like confirmation, but like we're looking for how it would fit? Yeah.
Definitely.
But it's a little interesting that he says that kind of thing.
Well, right, and like the presidential election, like maybe not that one, but since he said it, maybe it didn't happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
Again, it's kind of a cop-out, but...
Yeah. But it's definitely happening now.
Right, it is. And he also said, as a result of the war, the United States would split into 5 regions based on various factors and differing military objectives. This civil war, according to Titor, would end in 2015 with a brief but intense World War III.
I hope that's not true. I mean, obviously
well,
not 2015.
That was 2015.
Yeah, but if he's behind a little bit... could be coming up still.
Right? Well, I mean, think about, okay, maybe the US won't split into five, but like if we went